Hey now, it's Dave from Calling All Gamers here with Chris.
Konnichiwa, this is Chris, and I'm playing one of my favorite games on the PS2, which is actually an import from Japan. Is Initial D. I'm a huge fan of the anime, so yeah. I mean, the reason I got this game was crap. Now I'm losing. Uh, Takumi's gonna pass me now. Was mainly just because honestly I got into this anime because of my friend. He was a big anime fan. Now it's recording or what?
Yeah, now it's recording.
Oh man. All right. So now we got some footage of me losing. I was winning earlier. There were some technical difficulties, but it's all good now. I can catch up to Takumi and his Levine and his friends Levine, his Isuki's Levine,
11.
whatever. What's the actual like the chassis name for the?
For what you're driving is the AE86.
Oh no, the other the 11.
Well, it looks like it's AE86.
Oh, same chassis of course, but different engine. I don't know if I can catch up to him now. Oh yeah, the main reason I got into this anime is because of my friend. He was big into anime, and he had like a little sampler of like different animes. So he let me borrow that, and I kind of just started liking this game. I wasn't really fond to cars. I didn't really wasn't really into them or really cared so much about them. I just had a card that got me from point A to point B, but it's a lot different the racing scene or like this scene from what it is over there to over here. Over there, it's more of like maybe like drifting and or what's the actual word for it? It's uh, Jimkai, I don't know. There's an actual word for drifting over there, but I lost. I was winning earlier, but yeah. But I got into it just because my friend kind of got me into this, and then I started like buying the seasons on DVD, and I went to like local anime stores. Yeah, this stuff was hard to find on anywhere else. I think later down the years, Funimation got the rights first, so they started bringing them on English. The English versions are way bad. I don't know. I like to watch them in the Japanese versions with English subtitles. But I didn't even know that this was an actual game. Like, first it was a manga, and then of course they made the. After that, what was it? First manga, and then they made the game, then the cartoon, or.
No, it was first the manga, the cartoon, and then the game. The I'm actually quite surprised this didn't get a U.S. release because I know I started seeing like the mangas appear here, like at Borders and Super Crown around 2001, 2002. Like they started appearing here translated and in English, and I'm kind of surprised that this game didn't get a U.S. release because all the arcades were like everywhere.
They were really popular at the time. Like really, I think they're still popular now, but it's hard to find those arcade machines anywhere now.
I don't know. I know I saw some like at Dave and Buster's, and then I know Game and Family Fun had one for the longest time. And as I told you before, there's the bowling alley in Canoga had a Initial D game. So I think they're still around, and even to this day, I think they're still pretty popular. I'm just like surprised it's never got an actual U.S. release here.
I mean, this I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have done well because there isn't a lot of people who know Initial D. Well, but I could be wrong about that.
Well, the arcade game was actually much better known than the manga.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't even know it was a manga. More people knew it was an anime than the actual game. That's where I lose speed, and that's where he catches up. You got to brake really good at this game.
Now, tell me about the mechanics, because I've only played this maybe once or twice, and then maybe one time in an arcade. But tell me about the mechanics and what's the main idea of how to get ahead in this game.
Main way to get ahead of this game is taking the corners or the turns as perfect as you can get them. Because if you hit any wall, then you're gonna lose speed, and then you'll probably see right now. The advantage I have is what is that? 62 point. It rises to is it miles? No, right? millisecond.
It basically says how many meters you're ahead.
Yeah.
You're ahead.
I was gonna say miles. Yeah, it has many meters you have ahead, but you have to take perfect turns. I mean, it's a lot better if you play this game on manual transmission, supposed to automatic, because an automatic is a little different. Because you want to play in manual transmission, because well, you can't mess up on the turns. What you gotta do is when you see a corner, you can either do what some people do is like let go of the brake and then just kind of accelerate. But what you want to do is, see, he's right behind me. I'm not gonna let him in. I'm gonna try not to let him in. What you want to do is not, also if they're right behind you, not let them in. So you gotta make sure you gotta take the corner good. You want to let them in, but you gotta downshift on the corner and then kind of let go, and then accelerate with then changing gears. So you're gonna shift up again. But if you're in manual transmission, you can stay all the way to fifth gear as long as you don't mess up. See, he was right behind me, so I took away the straightaway. But sometimes even like if there's a car that's faster than you on straightaways, you can still catch up to them. If you do, if you take a good lead, they won't catch up to you because of the turns. Okay, so I kind of hit that corner right now, so my meters are going down now. As long as I keep taking each corner perfectly, then he won't catch up. But because I'm slowing down, he's accelerating more faster, and he's catching up. So he's already pretty much 23 meters away from me. So what you don't want is him passing you, because it's going to be a lot harder, because the AI can be really pretty good at this game while not letting you in each corners. So I took that race. I mean, that was the easiest race.
Yeah, we gotta take any advantage because this monitor ain't forgiving with that stupid gray box. Chris might take a picture of it and put it on Facebook, and maybe you guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for sharing that with us, Chris. Onward to, I guess, one of my favorites.
What's up, everybody? Now it's David gonna play some Ridge Racer.
Yeah, Ridge Racer, what do they call it? They call it R4, Ridge Racer Type 4, released in what was this thing released?
I know it's a Namco game, and it's a PS1 classic now. Do they have like any Pac-Man tech and stuff in this game? Like little like.
There is some but basically, the team names are references to old Namco arcade. There's a Pac-Man team, or they call it the Pac Racing team, the Dig Racing team, from Dig Dug, Mappy Mortars. It's Mappy, the big mouse that's a cop.
This shit was mind blowing back in the day. This CG stuff is amazing back in the day. Looks like Resident Evil 2.
I'm gonna push pause. I'm gonna push start right now and begin the real recording, because we can't show the CG stuff.
All right. Yeah, let's go for it. Sorry about that, guys.
Now, all right.
All right, we missed some CG awesomeness, but it's okay.
Yeah, you guys could look it up on YouTube.
It looked like it reminded me of like Resident Evil 2. I've never played Ridge Racer. Or maybe actually I have. I just don't remember playing it as much. But did they make one recently for the 3DS?
Not to my knowledge. The last Ridge Racer I know they made is for the PS Vita, which is essentially a Ridge Racer 7 on the PS3, which that in itself is Ridge Racer 6 on the Xbox 360. So for these past 3 Ridge Racers are basically the same game. I don't know why.
No new IP for that? No new engine or anything?
No.
Is the one for the Vita any good? Fun?
I found the 360 one, and I found that one pretty fun. But it's essentially the same game. So yeah, it's not it's pretty fun. They actually try to make a kind of like a Fast and Furious. They try to take a Fast and Furious approach to it. We'll try to make a game like that, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it. I'm kind of glad that hasn't come out because it would have really breaking my heart to see such a fantastic franchise, go in that direction.
Do they have real cars or they're made up?
All the cars here are made up, but what's really intriguing about this game is that there's so many different cars to unlock. 4 teams, 4 different manufacturers, hidden super vehicles like a hovercraft, a rocket car, even the original, even like a Pac-Man car is basically a Pac-Man on wheels.
Oh, that's sick. I want to see that. Have you unlocked most of those? Or?
I did I did unlock all the cars when I was back in '99 when my brother gave me this game, but I lost my memory card and I can't find it, so I guess it's not gonna happen.
Oh well, still, pretty cool game. I remember. Did they have this in the arcades?
Not this particular version. Ridge Racer and Rage Racer was in arcades, and I think after that they started releasing them exclusively on PlayStation consoles.
Hey, remember that one game we played at round one, the bowling and arcade place? We were playing a racing game that took a picture of us, like whoever sits on the on the seat, it takes a picture of you.
Yeah, I forgot what it was, but that used real cars, and it's a really exaggerated. Yeah, it's a really exaggerated racing game. I forgot what it was called though.
It's kind of like San Francisco Rush or something.
Similar.
Cool. So it does have like Namco nods, like you got like Pac-Man, nothing of Tekken or anything. It'd be cool if you could like one of the racers was like Jin or something from Tekken. Okay, so David likes to play, I guess, in third-person view. I can only race in first-person view.
Well, you kind of need the third person view in this.
No, I don't. I can't do it like that.
Oh man.
Okay, at least were the locations were those real? Were those real or those are fake as well?
Those are fake as hell.
Is it? Did it?
It's supposed to take place in this fictional city called Ridge City.
Okay.
Located somewhere in Japan, and all the best racers in the world they just go there to race.
Yeah, but now most of these racing games, like everything is real, so real locations, real cars, and everything.
Yeah, that whole thing started with the first Gran Turismo. This actually went head to head with Gran Turismo, and unfortunately, it's not really unfortunate, but Gran Turismo won in terms of sales and popularity, which meant that traditional arcade racers like this was kind of going out of tubes, and like simulation racers finally got a foothold.
Some of the Need for Speed games are still popular, like Most Wanted and Rival, and those use real cars as well. So I mean, and they're more arcade than driving simulators. And the one game the one game that I'm excited about for racing is Drive Club, which is a PS4 exclusive, which is real cars obviously, but it's like simulator mixed with arcadey feel. So I'm kind of excited about that. Like Forza 6. It's 5 or 6. Oh, I'm sorry, 5. I'm going ahead. 5. It's more of a driving simulator mixed with a little bit of kind of an arcade feel. Cause
I think you're talking about Forza Horizon. That's more of arcade. It's more of a real. Yeah, it's like real cars mixed in with arcade style gameplay.
All right, so then Gran Turismo is super driving simulator.
Yeah.
It's a little harder too. And you have to get your freaking license in the game to race like in certain events and everything. And then David just passed the game already. I mean, passed that.
I failed.
You
first place.
You got what place?
Third.
Not bad.
I'll try again.
Yeah. How's this game feel since? When was the last time you played it?
I think I played it sometime last year. Since then, I played several other racers like Wipeout and stuff.
Yeah, Wipeout was fun. I have that on the Vita. I got that for free for a PS Plus member. There you go. You playing in automatic or manual?
Manual. Manual's good, especially good in this game. Especially when you hit against walls, you could quickly recover. I can't believe I did it that smoothly.
You're in 7th place.
Yeah, this is one of the shorter tracks, and with a lot of hairpin turns, so you got to be really precise. Right now, I'm like I downshift and upshift. Drifting here doesn't work the same way as it does in Initial D. This one you gotta just brake and then accelerate, and then if yeah, pretty much brake then accelerate to do it. But then you gotta find the right moment to do it.
Still fun, nonetheless. Yeah, it is. This is fun. Racing games are cool. I like them. Not that many are being made. I think the latest one right now is still Forza 5, Gran Turismo 6, and then you have Need for Speed Rivals, which is fun. Cops versus civilians, regular people driving on the street. It looks good. The graphics are amazing for both games. Fun as to have a good time playing against your friends on those games. But I guess more games are gonna come later for like next gen, so pretty excited about it. Wouldn't be surprised if maybe another game will come out like from Need for Speed, from EA, like another kind of Need for Speed game, like maybe an underground game should come back again. What else would I like to see? I don't know. It'd be awesome if freaking Sega just made a new Initial D game.
They actually are. Sega made a new arcade hardware, and they're trying to put games on that. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Yes.
David won it.
Yeah, Sega recently created a new arcade hardware. I think it's called the Ring Edge or Ring Wide 3 or 4. You guys could look it up. But a new Initial D game is supposed to be out this year in arcades in Japan, and sometime next year for here in the United States. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there might be like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One release, just because the arcade hardware does have similar specs to those consoles. So I'm pretty sure that game will at some point reach next or current gen consoles.
And if it doesn't, well, if it does come out only, let's say on over there in Japan, it only comes out in Japan, like for the PS4, then I would be gladly to import it, which my PS4 is region lock, so I can play all those games. So it doesn't matter, but I hope it does come to North America for everybody could buy it.
I find import kind of strange because now the 3DS is region locked, and now the consoles aren't region locked. It used to be the other way around back in the day. Well, yeah, that's pretty much my playthrough. Awesome game. Like Chris said, you could pick this up on PSN, available on Vita and PSP. What you're seeing footage from is from my PS3, so that's why it's in 720p. But yeah, it's an awesome game.